So, some time ago, I start seeing this picture that looks like it's Samus Aran with her helmet off, but it's like this, like in this cutesy anime or manga art style that I haven't really seen before. And I'm thinking it's just fan art. It's just something that somebody made that was fan art because it was also in color. And then I first see it on like a YouTube thumbnail, and then I see it as a T-shirt. Come to find out, it's actually kind of official, as in it's from a Nintendo approved parody comic of Super Metroid from 1994. I believe it says it's from a publication called Shonen O, and apparently it even has a My Anime List page. So I'll make sure to include that link down below so you can see exactly what it looks like and go check it out for yourself. But that's what we're talking about here today. We are talking about a Super Metroid officially approved parody comic from 1994 that depicts Samus in like the cutest art style that you've ever seen, like for the character. Now, the particular reason I actually like this one so much, well, like I should clarify that this one that I'm talking about today is just one of three. When you go to read it, there'll be two others, like little comic series that go on after this. Although I'll admit I haven't actually read those because like part of the reason I like this one so much is the art style and like the comedic tone it takes, which is not something that Metroid is basically ever depicted in except for fan works. But we'll talk about that later. So just yeah, also just to quickly talk about the structure. The comic is a what's called a four coma. It's uh, four panels, top to bottom. That's typically used for a comedy style, so it's like set up punchline basically. In this case, the punchline is usually the fourth panel. Although when I looked up what a four coma is, it seemed to be that it's supposed to be that the punchline is in the third panel. But I don't know. I guess it can vary either way. Like make the like learn the rules to break them, whatever. I don't know. I'm also not familiar with this author at all. I believe his name. Let me pull it up real quick. I literally have the comic pulled up so I can just reference it real quick. Matsumoto Hidetaka. But yeah. So this comic, I believe it's only it only takes up like 8 pages reading through it. It's the kind of thing where it's like you could easily just screenshot all the pages or like fit it into a Twitter thread and just be able to go back to it easily whenever you want. At least the English translation that I'm reading. It being a four coma, it doesn't exactly take up a lot of space. Now to actually talk about the content of it, it essentially basically depicts Samus as like a blonde airhead type, kind of. Like this is definitely not a like I said, it's a parody, so this is definitely not like something that could actually fit in the games tone wise at all. It is Samus having a weird obsession with round objects to the point where it's actively distracting her from the mission, which I'll say is not only a fresh change of pace, but I don't even think it would be impossible to incorporate a personality corp like this into into the canon if Nintendo ever actually changed from what they do and was willing to kind of put more character and writing into the stories themselves. But Nintendo is Nintendo. They do the thing they do, which is being extremely story light and extremely sparse, and having characters only talk when they either feel it's necessary or most impactful. Especially in the case of freaking Samus Aran, who does not talk a lot. She does talk. She does talk. She's not completely silent, but she certainly is not a talkative person. So getting to see this kind of portrayal of her has novelty. Personally, the idea of the quirk of Samus being like obsessed with round objects and basically the morph ball being the ability to transform into the morph ball being her favorite thing ever. While I don't think with Nintendo's way of doing things they would ever put it into the canon, it's certainly the kind of thing that you as the player can role play into your experience pretty easily. Especially if you feel like you could pull off a like Samus voice while you're playing. To go into the actual content of the comic itself, I'll like go with it bit by bit since it's not that long. It's maybe like what's the exact count? If it's 8 pages and it's two to a page, 16, 17. I'll count as I go. But yeah, it starts out basically just depicting something we usually don't see, which is like some of the scientists that work with Samus, and basically just them being idiots for the first two ones. It looks like I keep clicking left. I keep clicking left because I'm used to having to read manga with you go left to go to the next page. But in this case, that's not the case. But yeah, my personal favorite is the third one, the third little, I guess, chapter. I don't know how to refer to four commas, but the third, I guess, chapter referred to as Samus's Vacation, where you see Samus in some kind of like futuristic city. And she's just like wearing a casual dress. And she walks out into a field under the sun. And then, like, the fourth panel catches you by surprise by her just being able to turn into the morph ball, which is a hilarious idea. Is her just being able to turn into the morph ball at any time, not even wearing a suit or anything like that. I actually did see a discussion on Twitter that was basically like, technically in the original game, she can turn into the morph ball even when she's like during the second playthrough, I believe, where she doesn't wear the thing. So maybe she can just do that. Maybe she can just do that. Shows her DNA. I don't know. I'm not like exactly super familiar with the actual lore of Metroid. I know certain things and I played certain games, but I'm not it's not all up here, if you know what I mean. But yeah, no, like this is the exact kind of thing where you're like reading a manga page or reading a comic and you can just see, you can just feel how hilarious a scene would be if it were ever to be animated. This ain't never getting animated. It would be like nothing short of a miracle. But just the idea of like I'm just imagining Samus walking into a field just wearing like a blue dress, and then she just turns into a morph ball. And it's like super satisfied and clearly happy as she does so. And it's like, that's great. That's great. That's amazing. Uh, as it goes on, and you start to see her in her suit, I didn't like how they depicted the suit at first, but ultimately I did come around to like it's fine. And they basically do a thing where like it's like she has this like the big ass anime eyes and like just the cutesy face that's coming out of the goddamn suit. It is. I love it. It's so good. It's so good, and this is exactly the thing that's like. I do want to get around to basically learning how to draw this style. Like this, to me, is my favorite depiction of Samus ever that I've ever seen, with be it official media or fan art. And it's the exact kind of thing where like I want people to just copy this style and use it for fan art. It's so good, and I will absolutely be like trying to do so myself. Whenever I want to practice an art style, will pick up some index cards and just like work it out through that so I can figure out all the details. Basically, just copying whatever's on page. Like it's not like until I can like understand the style itself and understand how I can be able to depict the details at different angles is the idea that I like for learning how to draw. So if you want to pick up the pace, like yeah, no, check out these comics, start drawing Samus. I would love to see fan art of this style be like a proliferated thing. It'd be great. Love it. Be it the Samus that's out of the suit depicted here, like just her face and hair. Some of the pages will depict like the cutesy face, but with the suit on, and that's my personal favorite aspect of things. The way she's depicted inside the suit, like I said, I thought it was a little weird at first because it kind of seemed like the suit was way bigger than her, but no, it works. It works. It's good. It's good. I like it. It's really good. It's really good. I can't stress enough how much I really love the art style for this one. It's so much fun actually. It being a parody ultimately of Super Metroid, it basically a lot of the gags are basically essentially based around the mechanics, like mechanical aspects of what you'd be experiencing with the game and just kind of making fun of it. Like one where she aims straight up, and because she's aiming straight up, it actually hurts her neck, and that's the fourth panel or something like that. Just stuff like that. Just like basically the character acting very out of character, but very also like in a way that just works in a different way. Like it's entertaining in a different way. Like Metroid, like as a mainline thing, is very much a not horror in the way most other things are, because it's not horror that's like meant for adults as we imagine it. That's so much like it very much is more horror that works with the fact that kids are going to be playing the game into a thing that makes sense. But I'm not here to review the Metroid series. I'm just here to review this comic and talk about the thing. But like, yeah, no, I don't think it would be impossible to depict other moods in Metroid stories, but like again, Nintendo's Nintendo. Nintendo sticks to what they know how to do. My personal favorite, and the one I've had saved in my phone for the longest time, is the page that has the chapters, lots of information and an unexpected discovery. Lots of information being one where essentially she's keeping a map, and she marks information on the map, and she's basically just marking the places that have round objects at them, or good places to turn to a morph ball. Like great stuff. And then her cleaning out the ship in an unexpected discovery. basically cleaning the ship, and after she's done cleaning the ship, she goes in between two boxes, I believe, and turns into the Morphball. Like that is such a great. It's such a great trait to just have this random thing where it's just like you have this ability, you have this power. When not actively doing so, I can still use the power. So, and then it becomes your favorite thing. That is such a good trait for characters that I wish would be more of an existing thing to be depicted outside of just parodies or fan art. Just like, I have this power. Why not use it casually? Like, yeah, the on the last page you get, what is this, reminisces? I don't know why it's said like that, but yeah, you get to see a clearer look at how her face looks inside the thing, so that's cool. Yeah, I really like these ones on the last page, and also keep in mind because of the way like manga work. It's not always 100% like that Japanese made comics will do this thing, but remember that because you read Japanese from right to left, that also things on the page will be kind of structured in a right to left kind of way. Because it's a 4 comma, it's no, you go straight down. You don't follow the manga style of going from the rightmost panel to the leftmost panel. Uh, which is also by like it indicates there are different chapters. 2 chapters on the page usually is how we'll do. So yeah, you start on the right, you go all the way down that one, that's chapter, and then you go back up top to the left and then read down, and then that's another chapter. And I kind of have to remind myself of that a little bit as I was reading through this, because I was kind of getting confused a little bit of the order. But yeah, no, like I said, this one isn't very long, so like I don't have that all that much to say about it, other than a few things I brought up, and just how, or in relation to how something like this can relate back to like the particularly rigid way that these games have been depicted. And it's just nice to have like something that's kind of official that kind of breaks from that. I really wish Metroid comics was like they could do that. Like Nintendo could come back around and do modern comics. That would be a good thing for them to do. Just like they could. Like Sonic has been doing comics forever. Mario can do some comics. Zelda can do some comics. They do manga adaptations of like Zelda games, for example. Like there is side media, especially Pokemon is kind of like a different case because it's a different company, but like doing side media for all this stuff, like if there's any way for Nintendo to expand, I would much rather see comics basically than even like an anime. That even anime or movies as they are doing. No, the thing I would want to see the most is comics being depicted. That has quickly become my personal favorite way of how they can like take something from one medium into another and just kind of explore new ideas with it, and like still not kind of ruin it for you, if that makes any sense. Like again, this is a parody at the end of the day. This shouldn't ruin Metroid for anyone just because the character is acting differently. To me, I find this purely entertaining. Like, like that's not really the right thing to say for it, but you know what I mean. It's a great comic. Check it out. Go draw Samus like this. Go draw Samus like this, please. If you're a fan artist, if you're interested in being an artist, please go draw Samus like this. This is so good. It's so good. I love it. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Have a good one.